Hi guys, today I want to talk to you and show you how to use the drop spindle. So this here is a drop spindle, and professionals believe that we have been spinning yarn for over 10,000 years. Now the drop spindle is believed to have been used in the earlier years up until about the middle medieval period. What it is you have your spindle, which is the stick in between, which has a little notch at the top, and then you have this thing at the bottom known as the spindle whorl. So this is basically the weight of the spindle. Now, we have evidence that spindle whorls would have been made out of a variety of different materials. The Coppergate excavation of York Jorvik is the Viking word for York, and in the 1970s when they did an excavation they found many different things to suggest they did a lot of spinning, a lot of crafty things on the site of Coppergate. They actually found a lot of spindle whorls from the Viking period that were made out of wood, made out of bone, made out of stone, so it really doesn't matter. At the end of the day, the whorl itself is the weight of your spindle. Spinning has evolved over the years. Started off like this, then from about the 1400s to the 1800s, or at least in Britain, we started using the spinning wheel, which is a lot faster. Same principle, but a lot faster. And then from the 1800s onwards we have used factories in order to make yarn, which is even faster. Which people know, well most people should know, that in the Victorian era, so roughly the 1800s, saw a lot of disasters. As being in factories, you would get children to work underneath the machines and a lot of people's limbs would go missing, and they weren't the best of conditions. It tends to be the standard story. But today I'm going to be talking about the drop spindle, and I'm going to show you how to use it. So one of the first things you need when you decide to do spinning is possibly wool. I tend to use wool when I do my spinning. Now I actually have got some fresh raw wool, maybe not all fresh, but I do have some raw wool. I actually picked up all this wool, hence why it's still got grass and stuff in it. I picked it up from the moors just a few days ago. I gave it a quick wash and then I decided to brush it. So when you're brushing your wool, you need to make sure to get rid of all the dirt, the grime, the grass. You need to get rid of the knots if you don't want any knots in your wool, and eventually once you've brushed it out as much as you like, it's completely up to you, but it should basically look like a fluffy cloud like this. And the best way to start spinning this is, I'm going to rip a bit off. So once you finish spinning, it should eventually turn into wool like this, which you should then be able to use to make into something else, or to dye, or whatever it is you want to do. So what you do to start spinning, or at least this is what I do to start spinning, is you pull a bit of wool and you spin it around your fingers, making sure not to pull it too tight because you obviously want it to stay attached. But yeah, you pull it very gently and spin it around your fingers. And then, once you've done that, attach it to your spindle. Now, how I attach it is probably not the right way. Now, what I've done is I've attached it to the bottom of my spindle like so. Some people actually attach it to the actual bottom rather than just the bottom of the stick itself. And again, you just keep stretching a bit with your fingers, like this. Oh, it's going to break. Don't worry if it breaks. Bit of saliva is always good. Spin, spin, spin! Making sure the fibres stick together. Spinning it. If you rotate it, it hopefully will spin into itself. That is what the drop spindle will do. Then you hook it. So once you've got it attached to your spindle, all you do is you hold your wool, spin your spindle, and slowly pull. You've got to make sure that your wool has been brushed enough so the fibres can attach to each other when they spin it. So it should hopefully spin. There we go. It's not the best because I'm not the best, but there we go. There we go. Oh, and sometimes it will get away from you. There we go. So always making sure to spin it and pull. Okay, and then once you've done that, you can shimmy it down if you want. Rehook it around the top of your spindle, like so. This is when you do the part knot thing. There we go, like so. So then you can keep going. Whee! Spin it and pull. If it does drop, don't worry. All you have to do is get a brush and release the fibres. So spin and slowly pull. So this isn't the neatest, but you know, with anything, practice makes perfect. And I have not done this in literally years, so but there we go. Just keep going and spin. Oh, I knocked it. Spin and pull. There we go. And spin and pull. It's very therapeutic, but you've got to practice and practice and practice to the point that you'd have very lovely fine wool to then turn into whatever it is you're wanting to make with it. And then you can dye it as well if you wanted to. Spin! So this is something they actually used to do in the Viking Age and the Anglo-Saxon period as well. Because like we said, this sort of technique has been around, we think, as far back as about 10,000 years, maybe even further back than that. All depends on if you can find the evidence. So spin and pull. And there we have it. That's just a bit of my wool that has been spun. And then once you've got enough, you just basically unhook it. And one of the best ways to do it is to just wrap it around. You can also have other ways as well, like if you're a real professional, some people actually have sections that hold onto the wool for you rather than it being in your hand, so you can just keep a constant flow. Okay? So that is how you use a drop spindle. Like I said, I'm still practicing myself, but I still got it done. If you want to be able to get something like this, you can actually order drop spindles online. I've actually ordered another drop spindle on eBay because I thought I'd lost this one, to be honest. So I've got another one on the way. So yeah, you can definitely find this. A lot of reenactors will probably have them on their websites as well. So if you're interested in learning how to do drop spinning, do feel free to try and check out a drop spindle on the internet. I hope you liked this video, guys. If you did, please give it some love, and I hope to see you in another video very soon. Maybe even a video of me dyeing my wool. Won't that be exciting? I'll see you in another video very soon, guys.